Hello, ladies. Welcome. It's Kelsey L. Welcome to the 5 simple secrets to finding the love of your life. Even if you feel like you've tried all the apps, the sites, you've gone through friends, you've tried social events, and nothing has seemed to work, love has really been eluding you. We are going to go through this, and I'm not going to waste any of your time. I am going to teach you the simple steps that you can start making today that will literally change your dating life and your love life forever. So let's go ahead and get started. Who this is for? This is for smart, savvy, professional women who know how to get what they want. But for some reason, love has really been an issue for you lately. I work with a lot of divorcees who, after 20 years of marriage, they suddenly realize, wow, this isn't as easy as it was before. I work with a lot of single women who have never been married. And for some reason, love has always been a bit of an issue. So we're going to really dive in and find out what those secrets are that thousands of women are getting right and that you can too. So if you're ready to prioritize your love life, this is definitely for you. You know, you feel like you figured it all out. You have a great home and social life, great children maybe, but this one area is, what's waking you up at 3 a.m. and you're really at a point that you need help. So you're ready for real partnership. You're sick and tired of the games. You're sick and tired of the men who are, not really emotionally available, not really ready for a relationship, just want to play games. That's not what you're here for. You're here to find real soulmate love. And so in this masterclass, I'm going to be sharing with you the secrets happily in love women know, because really it's your turn and you know it. And that's why you're here. So once you learn the method, I've been teaching for 15 years, things change very, very quickly. My women literally will come to me with these, very, very sad, desperate stories. And I see a turnaround in just weeks. So you're going to experience unshakable, unstoppable self-confidence and magnetism. So, those women who just walk into a room and it's like every guy turns their head, and it's not because she's the most beautiful woman, but she has that je ne sais quoi. I'm going to teach you all about this so you can really begin to invite the most quality men into your life so you can then choose your man. Years of dating frustration will be gone once you're in a loving relationship. Hey, speaking from experience, I can definitely say it is really hard to go through these periods of loneliness, and they can extend for 10 years, 15 years. Some of my clients have been dealing with this. But once you realize how easy it is, everything changes in your life. So we're going to uncover the mistakes you're making online and offline. I'm going to share how to show up in your fierce feminine. And we're going to discover how to invite a quality man in who is ready to give you adoration and love, ready for a commitment. So have you ever thought, I'm smart, I'm successful, I'm loving, why can't I meet or keep a man? What is wrong with me? Have you ever thought, I'm ready to stop handling everything by myself? A lot of my career ladies have been so focused on their jobs, and they've kind of had this masculine energy. They don't look masculine, they don't sound masculine, but they have that energy of I've got it. But really, when it comes to love, that is the last type of energy you want to put out. Have you ever felt jealous or frustrated when you see all of your friends and coworkers and everyone they're happy in a relationship, and you're thinking, what's wrong with me? Am I intimidating? Am I not lovable? And are you ever scared that you're going to be alone forever? I have a lot of women who come to me and they're just terrified that maybe their ship has sailed. Do you ever think, I want a partner who I'm in love with, like ooey gooey, madly, deeply in love with, that you can travel together, do life together, and you don't want to settle? I spend a lot of time focusing on career, friendships, and shopping. This is what I hear all the time because I don't have my man. I'm, A lot of my ladies are actually scared that they're distracting and sabotaging themselves because they are so focused on, yoga, whatever it is that's taking them away from their real mission and their real priority. Have you ever thought, I don't ever want to settle again for non-committal men, guys who you're not really, really in love with or attracted to, and you're just done repeating patterns, men who want friends with benefits and just all that stuff that doesn't work for you. Thousands of women who I have helped personally experience this at one point. And once they learned how to become truly the CEO of their love life, they let go of the frustration and they found their partner, like I said, pretty instantaneously. So, the real problem, what is it? I know you're dying to know. It's just that you don't know how to date in these modern times. The pandemic really changed dating. Of course, social media has changed dating. Online dating apps and sites has changed dating tremendously. So, what I teach now is actually very different from what I taught 5 years ago. Once you learn the secrets, you're going to be pursued by gorgeous men who have integrity and they're smart and successful and kind. You're going to be loved by one partner who gives you the ultimate butterflies and feeling of just love and safety and desire. And your needs will be met. You're going to experience this deep intimacy on this emotional and physical level. When is the last time that you felt that way? What would it feel like to wake up to your dream man who just cherishes you, knowing he is your soulmate, knowing he's in love with you? So, really quickly, I don't want to talk about myself too much, but for those of you who do not know me, I'm Kelsey L. I am the lasting love coach for the savviest professional women around the world. And in fact, I'm actually known to be the coach for coaches. So, a lot of love coaches come to me, a lot of life coaches come to me when they're still trying to figure this stuff out. They teach it, but they still haven't figured it out. 98% of the women I help create fairy tale love in less than 6 months. And I know sometimes that sounds like, oh my goodness, that would be impossible, especially if it's been a decade or years and years since you've had it. But I have seen just absolute miracles happen to those women who are committed. So, a little bit about my love story. I met my husband 13 years ago. And now I'm really busy helping him, run his dermatology business and making sure he's good. We enjoy our little boy together, and we're just passionate about creating healing, health, and love for the world, and really creating that impact. I've studied relationships for the last 20 years, interpersonal communication, psychology, and I have been coaching women get through the struggle. I have the secret for you. And again, it's pretty simple. So, what is it? I know you want to know, what is it? Let's go ahead and dive in. So, love secret number one, make sure, ladies, you have your journal. Go get a cup of tea if you need it, because we're going to kind of go into this and I want you to take notes. Love secret number one is that most women just think of this as, oh, I'll just quickly put something up online. I'm just going to kind of see the wait and see approach, or I'm just going to slap something up online. Would you ever do that? If you had a job opportunity at Google, would you ever just slap together a resume? Never. You would research your employer, the company, your competition. You would know what your competition is doing. You would have the best resume. You would have people make sure they review it and work on it with you. And you would make sure you have a plan. Now, if you don't have that job interview yet and you're going out for interviews and trying to find that perfect job, you would have even a more of a master plan, right? So that's what we need for love. The sad truth is, most men and women online will give up before they hit gold because they just didn't put a good online presence together. So establish your empowered stance. You get to choose the best love. You are the woman. The woman holds the beauty, the power, and the ability to create. So stop being so passive, expecting divine timing. I'm a big woo woo girl, but come on. My husband and I are very religious, we're spiritual, but we needed to put ourselves out there the right way to find each other. This is what I teach my clients. You need to take intelligent action. This can be very hard to look in the mirror and make a choice. Create a specific plan online and for offline. And a lot of my ladies, again, they're not communicating correctly. I have a lot of clients who I'm working with in my 8-week program, and they come to me and they say, okay, so this is what I said to the guy that I've been chatting with online. And it's a disaster. And these are smart women. So I want to make sure you know how to do this right from the very beginning, so you don't have a situation where the opportunity came, but you let it pass you by. Become visible in the right way. So step out of fear. Fear, I find, is one of the biggest reasons women aren't getting into great relationships. They're fearful, they're full of kind of shame and guilt and doubt. Those are all the lowest vibrations. Your thoughts, your actions, and your beliefs truly create your destiny. So this takes me into love secret number 2, and that is you got to show up. I had a mentor when I guess I was 21 years old, and she said, wow, well, you're already so far ahead of the game because you showed up and you show up consistently. So think about that. Are you showing up consistently and showing up in the right way? How do you show up? Are you showing up a little needy, a little defensive? Do you like to blame? Oh, it's just the online apps. Oh, it's just there's no good men out there. They're all taken. Guys suck, they're ghosters or scammers. Or do you show up flirting? Do you flirt too much, too little? Do you sext too much, too little? Have you been hurt? And is that showing up? Are you controlling? A lot of my type A ladies, you know who you are. Um, you like to kind of control how this is going to go. Are you expecting the worst if he doesn't text you one day? I've had so many women um, get so frantic that they didn't get a text the next day and they blew it. So there's a lot behind the scenes. It's not that the men are just not relationship ready. They're just not relationship ready with women who do things that turn them off. And that's my job, is to show you the truth. So the truth is so important. Your life is a mirror. Living in stress and negative mode doesn't allow your potential to shine. So are you walking around looking at your iPhone all day, or are you showing up in this very stress-free, positive vibe? Do you let good men in? I have a really wonderful, wonderful crew of men in my life, and a lot of them say it's really tough out there. Women won't even let me in. So are you letting the good men in? What are your patterns? Are you specifically picking men who aren't ready? Do you communicate and connect based on positive experience and belief? And if you don't have a lot of positive experience, how do you fake it till you make it? My client Haley, she is now married. She became absolutely magnetic. It was almost overnight. And it was really sweet because there were a few things I remember she was on Plenty of Fish. She was trying to date these guys. Nothing was working for her. And then suddenly, boom, she met the guy of her dreams after we figured out it was how she was showing up. She was showing up negative. And in her communication, that was very evident. And men were just passing her by. So she is now married, and she's just over the moon. This is, years ago, and very, very excited just to see how fast it can happen. Love secret number 3, trust him by trusting yourself. So I know a lot of you ladies who have, really great high powered jobs, you do trust yourself in the workplace, but you do not trust yourself when it comes to men. So how is your picker? There are a lot of great ladies out there, including some of my closest friends, who have a really bad picker. They pick men who are emotionally unavailable, they're not relationship ready, and they're jerks. So how can we shift that? First, trust that you can choose a great man. You don't have to wait for men to choose you. You get to choose. And you won't diminish your light because of fear or past trauma. Be in the empowered state, ladies. Lure him into the dance, the tango, with that red rose in your beautiful, teeth and your red lipstick on and your red dress. But once you lure him in, let him lead. And this is one of the biggest pitfalls for my kind of more controlling type A ladies. So choose him, but choose him in a soft way. And this is really important. So I have a lot of doctors and lawyers and corporate professionals who I work with, and they just, they're too hard. They're too hard, and it scares men away. And I work with a lot of, like I said, coaches who are so woo woo, and that scares men away. We have to just be real, ladies, but real feminine. And do you truly own your value? Do you know how gorgeous you are? Do you know how beautiful your body is? Even if you're 10 pounds overweight or any of these things, showing up, knowing your sexiness, your confidence, but not being so over the top, obviously. Stop diminishing your needs by sexting and worrying and waiting for a guy to make the right move when you actually can make the right kind of chess move. It just is probably not the move you think it is. And when I say that, every man is different and has different needs, and it is up to you to learn how to figure that out. Should you please him, demand, lead with sex? A lot of men want you to lead with sex. A lot of men do not. A lot of men want you to kind of be the leader. Some men don't. How do we still remain authentic, but also understand what he wants and give it to him? So, leading the right way, you must create that new neural pathway in order to do this. You have to stop listening to your ego. It's like the classic, I need to do this first. I need to lose weight first. I need to finish up this project first. I need to get through Christmas first. No, no, your time is now. And you could have the loving man in your arms tomorrow if you just let go of that and stop listening to that ego. Are you living in scarcity? Where do you fall on that scale of abundance versus scarcity? Do you believe there are not many great men left and that you really can't quite reel them in? And if you fall on that scarcity level, uh, this is a problem. And so a lot of this is some really, really deep conditioning and creating, like I said, those new neural pathways. My client, oh my goodness, married to the absolute love of her life right now. And I still remember I worked with her in my 8-week program. And then she came to my retreat. And I remember at the retreat, she did not know how to flirt. And we were at this beautiful resort where there happened to be an attorney conference going on, and she turns out she's now married to an attorney, um, but she didn't know it at the time. And I remember she walked to the bathroom and she walked back, and then I walked to the bathroom, and we were walking through a lounge where all the guys were getting together. And as I walked through, I went, wow, there are so many cute men here. And I walked back and I asked her, hey, did you flirt with any of the guys? And she said, no, I didn't. I said, well, did you even look at them? And she said, I didn't. I just walked straight to the bathroom. So I spent the rest of the evening with my ladies, teaching them exactly what to do when you see a beautiful man in front of you and how to flirt. Well, game over, because shortly after she met the love of her life, and she ended up having a lot of fun flirting the next night after that tutorial. So one of my clients, she took action and used her superpower, and my goodness, she is now actually living with her boyfriend, and now it's been 1 year, a little bit over 1 year, and really, really so excited for her. She came to me struggling like crazy online. All the men were just, one was worse than the other. And she ended up meeting her man organically. And it wasn't easy at first, but I walked her through exactly how to make it happen. And it took about 2 months from the time she met him to the time they actually went out. My client Karen, another online success fairy tale, she is now with an absolute gem of a man. I heard from her even more recently, right at New Year's, and she's just over the moon. This is a woman who is so amazing, but she was going on date after date after date. Her problem was she was getting all the dates, but every single date was burning her out because they were duds. And she finally met the most beautiful man, and they are true soulmates. And this man she met online, and it was a lot of mindset work that actually brought her to this shift. So, ladies, I hope you're still with me. I hope you're still, learning and diving into this. The next few secrets are very, very important. So stick around. Love secret number 4 is juicy connection. When was your last true loving relationship, and how long did it last? So for a lot of you, and I know a lot of the women I work with, they can honestly say never. They have been married, but it wasn't juicy. And some of my ladies never even married, and some did have one love of their life, and then they truly have been thinking that maybe they only get one because they're not finding another. And for some of them, it's been over a decade. So how do you create this juicy connection? Once you meet this man, which I'll show you, again, how to do so effortlessly online, you have to think of the 3 pillars of love. One is physical chemistry, the next is intellectual attraction, and the third is emotional connection. So, first, the guy is obviously going to just be attracted to you physically. And this is why your online photos are so incredibly important. But it goes beyond just taking a good photo, there's so much more to physical chemistry. Intellectual attraction is now you're communicating, and he's deciding, are we compatible, and you're deciding this too. Emotional connection, this is the most important one, ladies. I believe so many men and women can have a physical chemistry and an intellectual attraction, but very few can have an emotional connection. And this is the secret sauce. So one of my ladies, she finally just let go. She stopped going to the psychic. She stopped all of the kind of things that were getting in her way, and she just absolutely went for it. And she met the most wonderful man of her life. And let me tell you, it was complete love at first sight, but they didn't totally connect on an emotional level for quite some time until she finally truly heard what I was saying about emotional connection, and everything just shifted immediately. My client Anne, she met her guy in real life after dating, my goodness, dud after dud after dud online, after a very terrible traumatic divorce. And she came to me so hopeless and so sad. She said, Kelsey, I will never meet my man online. He's just not there. And what I realized about her is she was in a state that no man was going to love, let alone a wonderful man, because she was in the most negative state I had probably ever seen. And this is a beautiful, very successful doctor. She finally decided, okay, I'm going to give this a shot. She was very resistant at first. And once we started working together, everything started to lift. Her therapist told her you know what? I don't think we need to work together anymore. Her mood lightened, everything changed. Her femininity came out, her flirtation came out. After her very treacherous marriage and divorce, she stopped flirting. She just shut down and she opened her heart again. Cute men started coming out of the woodwork. So she went on a date with a Swedish guy and then a date with an Italian guy. I remember there were just so many fun dates. And some of those, they were just kind of fun. They got her excited again. But she met the love of her life at the hospital that she worked at. And she also got a promotion at that same hospital. So you can only imagine what happens when you actually do the deep work. Her guy was there all along, a fellow doctor who saw a new spark within her. So he was there. It was the timing for her to finally show up in a way that attracted him. And so the women who are successful take control. Gosh, I mean, I have story after story after story that I can tell you, ladies, about this idea of prioritizing what you want and then just going for it and listening to your mentor, listening to the advice that is given to you and not taking it personally, just going for it and realizing that's all it took to actually have a loving man in my life. So, what do you need to win? This is love secret number 5, and this is goes for everything in life, and it is investing in yourself. When you decide, hey, I want to lose 20 pounds, it's really helpful if you get a nutritionist or you get a physical, personal trainer. So if you're stuck and you find yourself researching and you're Googling and you're listening to podcasts and you're taking a couple online courses, you're trying. By the way, my husband absolutely hates when I Google things. He's like, I'm a doctor. Why are you Googling things about, whatever, a rash or a cut that my son got? And he also hates it when I say I'm trying. He's like, just do it, Kelsey. And this is what I ask of my clients. You really do need a push to make a real change. I can honestly say my husband has pushed me. He is my coach and he has pushed me very, very, very hard in life. So have my mentors. And in order to make a change, you really need that outside perspective. Someone to show you the steps, how simple it is. All you have to do is this, and this, and you'll get this. This kind of goes back to weight loss. All you have to do is follow this plan. Science tells us you will lose weight. And if it doesn't work, then science is going to give us another option. If you have blind spots, honestly, a coach can see and truthfully tell you what those are, and it can make a 10-year journey to finding love basically last less than a year. It is going to expedite everything so much more quickly. So the amount of time, energy, and money that you invested into your education, your career, personal trainer, kids, all of that, even, little things like getting a house cleaner and having a therapist, it's all helped you achieve your goals. Many women, though, get stuck feeling guilty about needing help around love. For some reason, it's not taught in school. There's no education. And I think love and parenting are the most important things in the world. And there's really no education out there. When it comes to getting, an MBA, we're all kind of stuck. So that's why it takes a real expert to show you the way. Make sure you choose a mentor who can actually help you, someone who's done it herself and has done it for others. And if you truly want to get in a relationship this year, it does take a strategy. It does take a breakthrough. I always call it magic, but really it's when a woman comes committed, she listens to the strategy, she follows it, and then she has a breakthrough. So, a like minded group of peers putting heads together is really essential. And this is why I love working with groups of women who are all very savvy women, very proactive, very smart. And if you're a high achiever, you're going to need more than just info. And that's why I always tell my ladies, if you want information, go to YouTube. If you want true transformation, get a coach. All the top professionals and thought leaders have mentors. So if you're still stuck, you can't really just rely on hope that someday it's going to work. Find a coach who didn't just come onto the scene yesterday. I know a lot of coaches, realize, oh, wow, I just got married. Now I should become a coach. Or, oh, I know the law of attraction. Therefore, I should become a love coach. No, no, no. It doesn't really work that way. You really want to find someone who understands your vision and knows how to get you real results. So, I mean, my clients literally come to me saying, hey, this is kind of my last hope. I really, really need this to work because I am sick and tired. I am fed up of being single and having one more holiday alone, one more night alone, quite frankly. I've had so many women attend my retreats or programs just saying, it's been truly transformational. Spend your money on you now. I'm in the best place of my life. One of my ladies found love literally instantly after closing a bad chapter. And I had to kind of help her through that, how to end her terrible relationship with a narcissist in order to get into this incredible relationship with this new man. My women wake up to flowers. They have to start tracking their guys on a spreadsheet, because literally it's like back in the olden days when women had suitors. This is what starts happening. More good men come out of the woodwork than you could ever imagine. So I am very excited for you ladies that you're here and you're listening to this and you're feeling the sense of, hey, if I could follow a plan, I could actually make this happen. So now you have a choice. You've listened to these really incredible steps. You understand what you need to do. You need to show up differently. That is for sure. You need to get into your fierce, feminine, confident, flirtatious self, letting go of all that baggage, letting go of the controlling nature. You need to show up online in a whole new way. You need to make sure everything you're communicating prior to the first date, prior to the very first interaction, and then on that first date, and even 6 months in. I still tell my ladies, even when you're married, you need to make sure that you're following all of these principles. So if this is a priority for you and you're not looking for, again, a quick fix, you're looking for something real that's really going to make a big shift so you can have the loving man in your life who calls you every day and texts you every day and tells you that you're beautiful and that he's been waiting for you and he can't wait to start a life with you. You guys travel together and you spend time together, quality time. He truly cares about your day, and you make beautiful love together, and you create a life together. And if that is what you want, I am absolutely here for you to take this to the next level. I've set aside time in the next 48 hours to speak to you personally. And again, this is for you if you're really ready to be effective and efficient and successful in love, like you are at work and other aspects of your life. You're ready for that high quality partnership. You're ready for high quality men to start to notice you and see you on the street and see you at Starbucks and walk up to you and have your pick of the great guys who just want to keep dating you. They want to keep pampering you and treating you like a queen. Your number one priority right now is to find everlasting love. If that is you, I know I can help you. So again, this is not for if you're looking for a quick fix, you're just kind of gathering info, you want just a quick free breakthrough session to see if, I can solve 20 years worth of problems in 1 hour. This is more for you if you are really understanding that there's a true issue and you need to fix it. So if you have other priorities right now, I say, maybe book your breakthrough call when you are really, really putting this at the top of your priority list. If you are struggling with bankruptcy, living paycheck to paycheck, you have a health struggle, this is not the time. I've invested over $300,000 in coaches and mentors throughout my life. I've never done it when I couldn't handle it. And I definitely don't want you to do that either. Also, if, I remember when fertility was a big priority for me, and I really was focused on having a baby, everything else kind of went by the wayside. So I want you to make sure that you are fully focused on this right now. And if you just kind of want to see where things go, and you want to just kind of wait for divine timing, this is not for you either. This is really for my action oriented women. I have a very action oriented lifestyle. Everyone in my life is extremely successful because they follow a really solid plan, and they have mentors, and they work really hard for what they get in life. And I expect that from my clients as well. So I am ready to help you create more love in your life than you could imagine. I know what it takes. I know it does not take years. And it definitely doesn't mean you read a book, Why Men Love Bitches, or take a few online courses that you never finish. Again, I have love coaches who come to me. I have a lot of women who come to me after spending time with some coaches, and it didn't quite do the trick because they were working on manifestation and law of attraction. We're taking things to the whole next level, ladies. So your transformational breakthrough session is all about getting clarity, putting a simple plan together, and then figuring out next steps. If you are a fit to work with me in a coaching capacity, we will certainly talk about that and see if you're a fit. So to sign up, all you have to do is go to www.mamaontheglow.com/talk. If you click the sign up button, you will be able to get there quicker, and it'll go straight to my calendar. Go ahead and just find a time that works for you. And it is very limited. So sign up now. Again, I have limited spaces. I work with a lot of women every month, but I do love to work with you personally. So I can't wait to actually flesh this out with you, and woman to woman, give you the honest truth about where you're at, what you want, and how you're going to be able to get there. So one of my ladies actually was really hesitant to sign up for this call. She told me later, now that she's married, that she was really worried, and she thought, I don't think I really need this, and I don't really have time for a coach, and I can figure this out on my own. I'm smart. But she said that the minute she booked the breakthrough call, she kind of had this feeling of relief, like, okay, I'm just going to, see what this is all about. And we ended up having a really, truly life-changing call for her, where she saw all of her blind spots within that pretty much 30 minutes. And she did end up working with me in a coaching capacity. And within, I believe it was about 6 weeks, she was starting to meet some interesting men, still nothing major. And then at about the 9-week mark, I remember her saying, oh my goodness, I think I just met the man of my dreams. And we helped her through that. And she is now married to him. So the most beautiful things can happen, ladies. This is a woman who was single for 7 years. 7 years of really dealing with a lot of heartache. And she is in one of the most blissful states. So this can be you. It's happened for hundreds of the women I work with from around the world, all ages. And I can't wait to talk to you and chat and see if we can figure out the problem and get to the next level of love so you can be with your beautiful man.